Hello guys, today I want to show you a strategy that's about farming the Syndicate. For me, this is the successor of Alch and Go, and I'll call it Syndicate and Go. The main reason we are doing this farm is to get the Valor Orb. As you can see, Valor Orbs are close to 16 divines currently, and we can obtain this new currency that was reworked. Previously, this was the Agelin reward, and now we can get the orb by defeating Catarina, the Mastermind from the Syndicate, or in other words, the Syndicate final boss. The core idea is pretty simple. We are going to open a map, do the Syndicate encounters, open the heist loot, out and repeat, and that's literally it. Once you have the Syndicate safe house, you do it. Once you have Catarina available, you fight her and repeat the whole process again. The setup is pretty simple. We are using a map, heist in the map device, and nothing else. You can choose any of the influence you prefer. Also, you can do it in any map you like. I prefer cemetery in this case because, well, one, I have a lot of wide normal cemeteries from other previous strategies, and also because cemetery is a map that's pretty compact. It's like an open space, so you can find all the encounters pretty easy in all the caches. I just like my maps, I don't even chisel them, and that's all the needed setup. This is truly Alch and Go. This is the Atlas tree. I will leave a link in the description for the POE planner so you can modify if you want, or you want to take some points out, or you want to change some of the decisions that I made. Feel free to do that. And to briefly explain the decisions, first you are going for all the Syndicate nodes. As you can see, we have these nodes here. This is not important, and this is for intelligence. The best two nodes are the test of loyalty, which gives you another extra rank when you execute a member, and then the other that's mandatory is the effective leadership, which increases the chance of seeing leaders when you have an encounters in your maps. Then of course we want to assure that Jan is always in your maps, since this is our main mechanic. If we check here in the left list, we can find her here in Betrayal. Your maps have 96% chance to contain June, and that added to the 8% that's natural. This is 100%, so you don't actually need one extra point here. This is enough. As long as your chance is over 92%, you're always getting June in your maps. Then, since this is a strategy to span maps and do them as quickly as you can, we are in Nico 2, and all the chance to get Nico in all of our maps, and by clicking the sulfide nodes we are going to get extra movement speed and some damage if you need it. Then the other light mechanic that we are adding is the heist, because heist is just find the caches, click and loot, and I'm adding this is for chance of dropping more blueprints and have a chance for blueprints to drop as all revealed. If you drop one of the revealed blueprints, this is around 100 chaos, and each non-reveal blueprint is 35 chaos each. Then some chances to get more heist caches. Then I added another mechanic that's pretty unusual. This is the vault side area. This, what it makes is that all the vault side areas are no longer corrupted, so they are normal, and this allows you to modify the vault side areas. Why do we want this? Well, because we are going to be carrying around some vaults, and we want to vault the vault side areas. Sounds a little bit redundant, but what we want from this is to see the normal vault areas, and we are going to drop a vaal orb on them, and then we are going to have a chance for it to turn into new unique, and then you have a chance for it to be the unique one that gives you an adore. This is a very low chance, I'm well aware, but this is a mechanic that won't consume any time. And finally, we're adding a lot of map effect here and here and here, so our maps are going to be more packed, and also some extra quantity so we can get even more maps, so we can try to sustain. Then I'm blocking all the mechanics here, since we are also speccing some into the scarabs, and this is very little points, just more scarabs and rare scarabs. And since we are blocking, these all mechanics are blocking also the chance to drop their respective scarabs, and since they are pretty bad compared to the other ones, for example, curation from the divination scarabs. And that's pretty much it for the Atlas tree. Okay, so for the results, most of the profits are going to come from the Vaal orbs, but we're going to get some loot on the way. So this is pricing a full run that we just did, the Catarina, and the most important stuff here is the currency, the scarabs, and of course heist. Then we have the maps, and I'm not going to count into the old flames we got, neither the coffins or the stealth random stuff that we got, or the cards that it's basically nothing. So for that I did a spreadsheet where we have the value price here, in how many hours we do a full car run, and as you can see we got one Catarina in half an hour. Then this is the highest profit in chaos, this is the random currency we got, this is the scarabs. We got 160 scarab, but you have to eventually get these scarabs. Then the maps, I got 2 tier 17s in this half an hour. I will just consider one because I think that 2 of them is a bit an outlier based on my experience getting them in our strategies. And then for the heist markers, this is 35 chaos, and once this is pretty easy to sell. This is like the life force in harvest, which once you get 5,000 you can sell it quickly for 1 divine. So considering that the CATA drops 1 Vaal orb each 3 times, we can make some calculations to estimate the revenue per CATA run, and making the calculations we get that whenever we run a full CATA run from a clean board to defeating her, that's 10 divines in an average. Okay, you have to have in mind that this is very energy related, since Catarina cannot drop you the orb in 10 runs, or it can drop 10 runs in a row. Okay, have that in mind. It's around 30% each time you defeat her to drop the Vaal orb. And since this is the revenue, this is the cost per map, and in total we are going to spend around 75 chaos in map cost and also the map device each time we defeat Catarina, and this is pretty cheap. Of course, this is an Alch strategy. And finally, with all this data, we can conclude that if we run 1 Catarina in 13 minutes, we are going to get, and we get the same, we are roughly expecting to get around almost 19 divines per hour by running this strategy at the same pace that I did here in my test run. I will stress this enough. This is a very rough estimation based on one single run, but I'm confident that the stuff that I did to get here is not crazy, and the CATA drop rate is data that I'm taking from the community that did a lot of runs. So this is not just an assumption that I did based on a few runs. This is from the community, and all the other stuff is just stuff that that adds to the profit. Okay, so 19 divines is pretty damn good for a strategy that you don't have to buy any scarab at all. We just have to set up an Atlas tree and then start running these maps and keep a fast pace. Okay, you have to run the maps, find the encounters, do them, and have the rules in mind as you saw in the video, and then just repeat that one after the other, and we are expecting that you get 19 divines. Then about my character, this is my character. I have a link here for my profile in POE Ninjas if you want to take a look at it. This is just a standard tornado shot data character. I'm not using mage blood, I'm using no MF, so don't worry about the scarabs that I drop or the maps or the stuff I drop from the heist that is not even affected by MF. So anyways, I'm not using any MF at all, no rarity and no quantity. My build has a lot of damage, but you don't need for this map since this is just tier 16 and these maps are just alked. You just need a build that clears fast. And yeah, and this is an important stat that you have to compare with your build if you want to try this strategy, and is that I have 161 movement speed with all flasks active, which is most of the times. So if your character have less movement speed, it's natural to complete the Catarina in more time, meaning that you will get less profits. But this can give you an idea that you can project on. If this takes you, for example, instead of half an hour, it takes you 1 hour, then you're going to get, or you're going to be expecting to get half the profits. Okay, so this is why the movement speed and the speed in general that you have by clearing maps is important. And finally, a huge disclaimer, Catarina orb is RNG, so be patient. If you are unlucky, you can get lucky and you can get unlucky and have 10 runs without dropping 1, or you can have 10 runs dropping 10. And then the estimate chance of getting 1 value orb from Catarina is 30%. This is data that has been taken from the community after running a lot of runs. Have that in mind, because this is not a number that I just came up with by running a few runs. This is from the community, so this is something that we can trust, even though I haven't done hundreds of runs myself. Then doing these maps lowers again means less profits, so you cannot expect 19 divines per hour if you're running these maps in 1 hour. Then for the highest profits, this can be an anomaly. I could have gotten lucky or unlucky, but since most of the profits comes from the Valor orb, this doesn't matter at all. You can drop, for example, 5 BPs instead of the 10 that I got, and you're going to get some less chaos. That doesn't matter at all. Most of the profits will come from the Valor orb, and the strategies in farming the Valor orb and not heist. Heist is just a side thing for more profit. So in summary, I find this strategy very different to what we are used to. This is a very light in terms of setup, since we don't have to buy any of these cards. We just have a map, we run them, we run fast, and we do the same mechanic over and over again. The profits were surprisingly good for me, so this is the reason why I'm sharing it today with you guys. And we have to take the advantage that people are crafting endgame items now, and there's a few people farming the Catarina runs, and that's the reason that it is 16 divines each Valor orb. And that's it for the video, guys. If you have any doubts, of course, you can ask me in the comments, and see you guys in the next one. Subscribe for more POE content. Bye. Okay, so I have prepared some maps here to start running the strategy, and I have set up, as you can see in the screen, a timer. We're going to run the first map together, and then I'm going to just speed up and see how long does it take to set up and fight the Catarina from a fresh board. And also have some vaal orbs here, so in case we find some of the vaal area sides, and if you're lucky we can get a unique vaal side. And yeah, that's basically it. I just alched. I didn't even chisel these maps. I just alched them and checked that there's no reflect and the mods that I cannot do, or mods that are annoying to my build. For example, no region. Okay, so I'm gonna start the timer, and that's it. So let's start it. We're going to add the heist for the 2 extra caches. And yeah, no more stuff. I'm using the red influence, so let's start. I don't care about this unless there is some divines. Let me check that everything is correct. And yeah, I see the timer, and let's start it. We're going to find the encounter. I need to fix the filter to include the markers. We're going to be picking up anything that dropped, of course, any scarab, currency, whatever. Here's the first encounter. Okay. Now we're going to see if we found the leader, and we didn't, so we're just going to execute 2 of them, and the other one we cannot get a rank, so whatever. Okay, just one, unlucky. Let's see, let's get intelligence, because this is just a rank 1. We want it to have a rank 3. Okay, we got 4. This is pretty good. And let's see if we found the leader. Okay, we didn't, so we're going to just execute 3 of them. As you can see, Aku is already tier 3, and we can do much with this one. Okay, so we're going to do the boss now. And let's check if there isn't any other crash. You can get the corpses if you want. Yeah, that's it. So next map. Okay, so this is an example that we found the leader. So this is the first one that we want to have it at tier 3. As we already said in the video for the strategy. This is going to give us the intelligence for Catarina once we do the safe house. This is already tier 3, so we're going to level up Ada Fled. And now, since this is tier 3, we are going to imprison it, so we're going to get a lot of intelligence once we do our encounters. Okay, so we have our first safe house. We're going to do it still, even though we don't know the leader. So you can reset the intelligence, and when you fill the intelligence for the house, you're going to see that the encounter won't spawn in the map, so you get less intelligence for other houses and you get less turns for the imprisoned members. So it's better to just do the house.
This is the end of your journey, Exile. The fight may have claimed this victory, but we will rise
Positioning, and that's it. We get out and we continue doing our maps. Okay, so I messed it up here because the coral had an option to swap to Hillock and become enemies, and they changed the positions, and now I have the leader as tier 1 and Hillock as tier 3. Now is a member. This is a better option that I should have paid attention. And now I have to do the house with tier 1, so this is our second house. It is where it is. This really happens if you are doing this map fast and you're not reading the actual options, which I'm not willing to. So yeah, we're just going to run the house, and we're going to get a little bit less experience for the Catarina. But at least it's something. The member was tier 1. He could have been tier 3 and no punishment, but yeah. Okay. Now we're going to do the other house. We have some intelligence here from the tier 2 that we did previously.
Usually I have to go looking for my victim. Crude choice.
It was a hidden leader and it was tier 2. We didn't get yet a tier 3 leader, so have that in mind. Okay, so this is probably the last house. This is a tier 3. And then we have to move the leader.
Impressive. interloper. But a fly does not flower. This will kill me not in the plan.
Okay. Now we need the third encounter to spawn Catarina. Let's see. Find it. Oh, we don't because we closed the house. Okay. And we need, let's execute this. We already have Catarina, okay. Because this took one turn. We got a vaal area. No. Okay. So how long it took? 27 minutes to open the portal, but we still have to fight her. So we are going to open it. I will check that. Okay. So 27 minutes to get to this point. And now we have to fight her and defeat her, of course. Oops. Happens, I don't have physical mitigation, okay.
There's nothing that makes you feel so alive as death. They put up more of a fight the now come to me, John.
No more games, Catarina. I'm going.
Okay.
Hundreds of dead, rotting soulless in the earth.
This boss is quite annoying because it has a lot of immunity phases. As you can see, this is the first one. Then you gotta hit it. And then she's going to free one of the members here.
I wouldn't be here if I didn't believe.
This is quite annoying, but you get used to, believe me. I had to hit her.
Mana is gone.
Now you activate this. Okay. And you have to hit her again. And the cycle will repeat. She's going to free any of these three members. She speaks. You hit, you activate. Oops. The totem killed me. This is normal because the damage is enough to one-shot me, so I cannot recover the damage, but it is fine because this is a mechanic that you have to hit to step on the skulls. Okay, this is the third member, and I have to get it down. Now you hit her. You activate this thing. Okay, this is the slam and also the thing here. Not so much else. Okay.
My cause fuels me.
Okay, this is the last one. I'm probably going to die here. Now it's the actual fight. She healed up. You get her down and the fight's done. Okay. This was 31 minutes. And this is 33% chance of getting the the Veil Orb. So this was a full run just from the beginning to the end, and we will use this data to calculate the profits that we can get from this strategy.